After talking with this guy that's religious, and you can see how stubborn the conversation is, it's like, here's two people, both of us are good people. I think he's a good person. I'm not a bad person. Both of us wanted, something good for our planet. We're seeing a lot of things that are wrong, but if you can see in our conversation, it's like talking with insanity. It's like he's saying, "Oh, I didn't mean to judge you. You're just wrong and needed to be corrected." And it's like, well, I countered because your judgment was wrong and you don't know what you're talking about. So I just needed to correct you. I didn't judge you. Oh, no, I just wanted, like it's going back and forth where, no, I didn't judge you. You were just wrong and I just needed to correct you. And, then I go back. No, I didn't judge you. I just know you were wrong and I just needed to correct you. And it's like, it's an insane conversation. And what's the point of me making this video right now? And it really truly is that if you're trying to convince somebody that they're right or they're wrong, you're going to be focusing all of your energy just fighting about something that's not going to accomplish nothing. It is such a big waste of time. That's why I say it's a sin to talk to anybody that's religious. It's like a sin to talk to the Illuminati. It's a sin to talk to your politician. It's a sin to talk to a CEO. Because all they're gonna do is believe that they're right. Like they believe that they are right. While you believe that you are right. And at some point in time, it's get rid of that argument. You cannot have that argument. And we're all going to do that with each other. And we have some freaking global problems going on. That time is running out. We do not have the time to have these types of conversation. It is such a waste of your time because after you have the conversation, it's going to be stuck with you. You're going to have it just before you go to bed, like it will play on your mind. And no matter whether this guy thinks that, he's been angered by the conversation or he's not feeling, there was way too much negative energy going on that if he says it didn't touch him, then he's lying to himself because there was nothing but a negative feeling that, either he is so much in love with negative energy that he'll never notice. He thinks, oh no, I'm in control and it didn't affect me, it didn't bother me at all. And it's like, oh, okay, you love negative energy that much that you didn't get affected by it. Where from my perspective, you could see it's driving me friggin' insane. And there's got to be something, that you don't like. It's the thing that you don't like that makes you shift into a different direction. For me, I don't like the negative energy, so that's going to be the motivation for me to say, you know what, it's not worth the argument. It's not worth having the conversation. I would rather say this is just a sin to be able to even talk to religious people, and I will do something that avoids that conversation because it's pointless. It's not going to accomplish anything. Where this guy might just do the same. He might come up with whatever he needs to come up with to, either continue the conversation and prove that he's right or walk away. And then at the end of the day, there's two people that notice there's some major problems on the planet. And will these two people be able to be effective enough to even make any changes? I mean, if there's two people that want to make changes and those two can't get along, those two can't find a way to communicate, something is really, really wrong. And neither one of us have any right to say um, there's any hope for humanity if two people that care can't make it work. So um, I personally think both have to say both of us are wrong, both of us participated in a negative conversation, both of us um, we're going nowhere. If it's a matter of saying, oh, you're right or I'm right, that is totally wrong. I totally disagree that I should be the one to say, oh, I'm wrong, you're right, just to be able to get along with the conversation, because then you go down the wrong path, because I don't think I'm wrong. There's nothing there that proves that I'm wrong. He really, really believes what he's believing in. And so he shouldn't have to say he's wrong. At the end of the day, neither one of us provided each other with any form of proof of who was right or wrong. So my biggest point is you're going to be right because of what you believe is right. And I'm going to be right because of what I believe that's right. And my biggest point of my whole freaking channel is okay, well, where would that get you? What will that do? What will that accomplish? What is the bigger goal? Like, come on, we got to kind of sit and think about that. Like, I kind of want to solve some global problems. Like, is your belief going to solve any problems? What's the business plan? What's, if you're right, I'll follow your plan. What's the goal? What can we agree on the bigger end goal? And that's where I think both of us went wrong in the conversation. And is you have to decide at the end of the day, what is the end goal? Describe it. Where do you want to go at the end of the day with what you believe to be true? Both of us are saying that there's some global problems. Okay, what do you want to do about it? What does it look like? What is the solution? What is the ultimate big picture of what the end solution looks like? And I don't think we quite defined that. But I think ultimately that was what our biggest disagreement was, because I personally think that he sees a picture where we're all going to be dead, and I see a picture where I kind of want to live. you know, I kind of have a smoking addiction and want to have a cigarette every time I friggin' talk to him. Why? Because he wants everybody to die, and I'm like buying into his brainwashing programming and, you know, gonna do something that ends my life, because it's almost like on a subconscious level that I ain't gonna die your way. I'm gonna die fighting, even if it means, okay, if I have a cigarette that deals with the frustration that ultimately would kill me if I keep smoking. But it's definitely not a wrong thing. A wrong thing to do. If the ultimate goal is to live, then I can't be smoking. But I know that. I'm at least aware of that. So it's like, where do you see the end goal? What is it that everybody wants? Do you want this global experience that we're having? Do you want to live or do you want to die? Do you want to, go into this other dimension, called death, thinking that, okay, I'm going to be saved, I'm going to heaven if I just die? And it's like, are you sure about that? Has there been any proof, or somebody just wrote that in a book and you're just believing that book? Because what if there's a surprise at the other end? And if you think through death, um, you're going to get to heaven, then, don't be complaining about the Illuminati. They're just getting you your plane ticket to where you want to go, and you're just killing yourself anyways. You're giving up. So it's like, if that's the only way you can get to God is, into heaven is through death, then why didn't you just go kill yourself? Like, why do you need an Illuminati to kill you and everybody else at the same process? Why don't you just go kill yourself? Because I kind of want to live, kind of want a world where my kids live. So I guess that's my point, is who wants to live and who wants to die? And if you want to die and believe in Jesus and you want to go to heaven, and you can only get there after you die. I don't want that. Don't drag me along with your wish. Just go kill yourself. Please just go kill yourself. And, or talk to your neighbor and have your neighbor shoot you. Like, don't drag me down with your plan. Because I happen to think that this thing is beatable, but we all have to be on the same page so we can have that conversation. That's not a complete waste of time. Peace out.